After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 359. It is Saturday, June 15th, 2019, as we are recording, and we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us for the fun in the Woman Cave. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I am Talia, also known as Princess Gypsy. Before we go too much farther, I do want to point out the hat before I remove it because honestly it's kind of warm. This is the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe hat. Now that it is on, you can see can they see the top?
Yeah, I think so. It's just, wait, go like this. There you go. So you can see the snowflakes on the top here. Okay, go ahead.
And then you can see the people and the lions.
Look, Beth, it's peoples.
So, but this is hot, so it's coming off. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that now that it's all blocked because you couldn't really get the feeling for it when it was not blocked yet.
It's a beautiful hat.
It really is.
She's extremely talented, Linda Moss.
Yes.
Okay,
Just putting that over there.
if you are new, we're glad that you found us, and we hope that you find something that will bring you back.
Mm-hmm.
If you are returning, as always, we're glad to see you here. And if you're in the shadows, we hope that you will come out of the shadows, consider coming out of the shadows, and joining us officially in the Ravelry group, which all the alongs happen, all the prizes and giveaways and things like that. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, we hope that you will subscribe so you can just get the, press the little button there that says subscribe and hit the little bell so you get the notifications that we're
And where's the button?
on your right.
There we go.
At least it should be on your right. Okay, we do have a new member who did join us officially, and that's Miranda Avic? No, Miranda Vick. Miranda Vick, who is Miranda. We're glad to have you with us, Miranda. And I'm sorry if I muddled your name. Apparently I can't read today. Okay, we're going to move right along because we're only drinking water today. It's been, yes, we can have iced tea, as Heidi had mentioned. Heidi, thank you for the suggestion.
I'm not a huge iced tea fan.
I like iced tea on occasion, but I prefer water when it's hot for the most part. It's just been, we've had a really hectic couple of months, and today, of course, is Father's Day weekend, so we're going to be off and running again today. So
Yes.
we are having water in our very fashionable water bottles. I think Ty's is actually a new water bottle.
Because my old ones were kind of gross. And this is 40 ounces instead of 32, so woohoo!
Yay. Okay, so moving on. Let's see here. Do you want to continue to plug Evan's house? That is, we go through our friend Laura, who is Gracie's mom, 62, and our local yarn shop, which is Knitter's Magic. And we will be talking more about that a little bit later, the shop a little bit later. But Evan's house and the pregnancy center, if you have anything that you don't know what to do with, as in terms of hats, baby blankets, anything like that. I wonder if Evan's house probably takes Afghans and things too, I'm sure.
I would imagine so.
So, if you have no place to give these things, or you feel, led to do that, then we will, give them to the pregnancy center or to Evan's house, whichever seems appropriate, or whichever you designate.
Right.
As always, there is no pressure to do that, but we will gladly distribute those things for you. Okay? We love our local yarn shop. She's amazing. Okay, now,
the yarn shop's a she, huh?
the yarn shop is a she because the proprietor is a she.
Oh, okay. So the yarn shop would be he if the proprietor was he?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for explaining that to me.
Are you finished?
Not remotely.
Help me. That's a reference.
It is a reference.
I think it says not even remotely.
No, he says not remotely.
Okay.
Well, maybe he says not even.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I have to go back
I can
and
see his
watch.
expression, hear his voice, but that.
Yeah. In his face.
Well, yeah.
Okay. In other groups, the Yarn and I Cappy podcast, which is Cappy,
You're sitting on the.
is having a I Love Mickey, Cal Lao, and I think it's just basically everything. We are one of the people that she's asked to participate, so we're really excited about that. And all the information is in her group, and it runs through November 18th. Yes, November 18th. How I remember that, I don't know. But that's Mickey's birthday. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. There are several podcasters involved besides us and Cappy. I think Laura Concert, Christian Hoovian, Heidi Undead Yarn, us, Cappy. There's one more. I always forget one, and I forget who that one is. It's always a different one that I forget, but I can't remember who the other one is. But there are 5 of us. So check that out. You can double, triple dip. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like Disney. Okay, and it does dovetail in really well with all of our alongs. Now, Crocheting Hoovian's podcast group, she is doing the creature feature, Cal Lao, and she's doing that with Dogfire Woman, who is from Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast. Fun podcast. She makes me laugh every time I watch. I learn something when I listen to her. I have to pay attention if I'm going to learn, because sometimes it goes whoosh, but she's very intelligent, and I love learning about the science. I like listening about the farm stuff because that usually makes me smile, usually. So anyway, she and Laura together are doing the creature feature Cal Lao, and it's a full year, but it has different themes for each part, and this one is farm animals, I believe. You check that out in both of their groups, okay, or each of their groups. And I think Laura is also doing still the Whip It Girl Good. I think that's throughout the end of the year, and that is, like it says, get things finished, okay? And she's doing the what's it called? The one for her shawl. I think that's still going on. The Life Changes shawl. It's a beautiful shawl if you want to get in on that. And if you do it in bright colors, it's eligible for autism awareness. You still have 2 weeks for that. So,
Oh my gosh, only 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks for that. So, sparkle, go and sparkle along too. I mean,
Yes.
There's a lot of ways to double, triple dip with that. But that's her along the her shawl, the Life Changes shawl. And then the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal podcast has got several going. That, again, is Deborah. She's got the Kit or Get Her Done, which is kits. I like big shawls, and I cannot lie. And that has to be knitted, because she's doing that with somebody else, and the rules are knitted shawls, and they have to be big. I think it's over 1,200 yards stated in the pattern, okay? And then Farmer's Almanac Make-Along.
Oh, I should find out how many. Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay. And Never Have I Ever, which is new things. And then, of course, the creature feature with Laura Concert. What is it, Taya?
I might have a shawl on the needles that would qualify.
I do have one, the Dobbin wood.
Well, a second one.
I don't know if I do or not. I have to go check. I probably do, but I don't know. Okay. Comfort and Crafts. That's B-Wing, Brittany, who is one of our moderators, as is Laura. No, Laura's not. She has her own group. Laura almost got elevated to moderator. B-Wing is one of our moderators. She's one of our newer moderators, but she's been with us forever, and we love her dearly.
Yes, indeed.
She has a Comforting Crafts group, and that is not a podcast, but it's very charity-oriented, very much fun, and I wish I was more active in it, but I
think I need to post a couple of colorwork things in there.
I think I have a couple of hats to post there, but I'm not sure. But she's doing What Are You Reading? I think it's 19 hats, 52 dishcloths, and colorwork. Okay, so she's got a lot of fun things going on, so you might want to check that out. Bee's Knees, this is another one of our moderators who has her own group. It's Studio Bond Design, not a podcast, but a lot of fun, and that's 19 in 2019, and that's just 19 whatever. I guess it doesn't have to be the same, just 19 things. My goal is to get 19 things because it's been a little...
I think I'm halfway there.
I have, I think, 8 or 7 or something like that. I don't know, something like that. So that's a goal for us. And Bonnie's amazing. Now, the Never Cast Off podcast, that's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. And they're doing Tracking Stash 2019. I think they're still doing the Vega Wrap knit along. I haven't been in their group for a little bit. I keep looking to see if they have a podcast. And so I don't know exactly what's going on, because when I see the podcast, I'll go through the group a little bit more to see what's going on. When a podcast isn't up, I say, oh, they don't have a podcast. I have to go see where the podcast is that I can watch. But they're really fun. So you might want to check that out and see what's going on. Stephanie is Vanilla Sock Pig. I believe her multiple myeloma cal is done, but she is still doing autism awareness with us. So, and she's a lot of fun. She's a newer podcast, and she hopes to be podcasting in the near future. She's recuperating from surgery, and I spoke to her on VCAN a little while ago. I'm not sure when the last time was I spoke to her.
It was
but
last week, wasn't it?
It was last week, and she's doing well.
Or this week or whatever.
Stephanie is amazing. She has a wonderful attitude, and I love her attitude. She's really an inspiration. So you might want to check out her podcast when she posts it. I enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. Undead Yarn, that's Heidi, Nitty Girl. And she's got the Finish or Frog It. I'm sorry, Heidi, I keep messing it up, I'm sure. But this is either Finish the Project or Frog the Project. And for that, the rules are in her group. She also has a thread for finished objects that are made in her yarn. So that's always fun. She has pretty yarn. She has an Etsy shop. And I think she's going to the Houston Fiber Festival. I think that's the next one. I'm not sure if it's upcoming or if she's there now or what, but I knew she was getting ready to dye up a lot of stuff for that. So you might want to keep an eye on that, especially if you're in the Houston area. Okay. Okay. I think that's everything for other people. I think. Okay. For Tea and Tails, before we get into Tea and Tails, we might as well do the stash enhancements for this while we're doing this. We got a very nice package from Rena.
But we're just doing are we doing everything with Rena now, or just...
Yes, everything with That's what I meant. Okay. Rena sent us a very nice package. It was a surprise. And it had this lovely bag in it. It's a project bag.
Maybe, if it's not Silver Shed, is it maybe that one that you picked up when we were at the Fiber Festival?
I don't think so. This is...
Or similar to that?
Southpaw Creations. This is Southpaw Creations medium zippy project bag, okay?
How have you gotten a hold of a Southpaw?
Huh?
Because you have a similar, maybe it's just a fabric similar.
Yes, I have South. Yeah, that's when I got was Vivian gave it to me from Silver Shed.
Okay.
This is Southpaw Creations on Etsy. Okay, southpawcreations.etsy.com, and this is the bag. And we are going to be putting this. It was donated to us.
You need to show the inside.
I will. Little green and white polka dots. This is beautiful. Southpaw Creations. This will be going into the Mega Prize, our part of the Mega Prize for the end of Tea and Tails, which is why I'm showing this now. So thank you very much.
Thank you. It's
for
beautiful.
This, Rena. This is gorgeous. And then she sent us a nice little note, very sweet note. We're not going to read it, but it's very sweet. And I do want to show you the front of it, though. Can you see this?
Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that pretty? And she sent me and Talia each some stitch markers. And Talia, do you have yours?
Yes, I'm just letting you do yours first.
Okay, mine are owls. They're so cute. And these come from...
I'm not sure they can see the owls. I'm going to take it out of the package so they can see.
I didn't want to show first the back of it.
Oh, okay.
This is from Heaven's Peacemaker. Designs by Beth... I'm sorry, Beth. Shogren?
Shogren, maybe? I think Shogren.
And I'm not going to worry about showing the phone number because she has it on her card here, plus her email. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? And the stitch markers.
Okay, they can see the owls now.
Can you see the owls? Thank you very much, Rena. It was a very sweet and very much appreciated. They're kind of a modified lobster clasp. They remind me of earrings.
Right, I think it's an earring clasp because I realized after I posted it, most people probably thought that they were earrings.
I mean, I could probably wear them as earrings.
You probably could.
Because there's
these would be adorable earrings.
You gotta show those.
So, this is awesome because, as we've talked about on the podcast before, the term spoons is used a lot in chronic illness community, and people who have chronic illness, some of us refer to ourselves as spoonies. So the thought process is, the energy you need to certain activities takes a certain number of spoons. You only have so many spoons for the whole day.
So you have to understand how much thought Rena put into these two things.
Look, I have extra spoons.
She has extra spoons to use. The thought that Rena put into these, the owls for me and the spoons for Taya, was amazing. And we are very appreciative of it.
One day I was like, I need to mark the right side of my project, but my spoons are over there. I don't have enough spoons to go and get my spoons.
And I don't have any owls.
No, you don't have any owls.
So, thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much.
Moving on into the Tea and Tales itself. It started in January. We are halfway finished. Gosh, halfway finished with it. Almost. Well, not quite. At the end of the month when I pull for prizes, we'll be halfway finished. So, it runs all the way through December 31st, midnight, going into January 1st of 2020. Okay? Now, I will go through the rules that run through all of our alongs for the most part, and then I will only go through the highlights that are different for the following alongs after this, okay? So this runs from the whole year. Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed but must be worked on during the along and must reflect the theme. Chatter and pictures are on the same thread. Excuse me. Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form into the theme of tea and or tales. Either the yarn, the project, the pattern, whatever. Somehow tie it into tea and or tales. Doesn't have to be both, although it's always fun to see when you do both.
Yes.
One whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's finished. So even if you did the whip of that project on Monday, if you finish it on Wednesday, you can still post the whip. I mean the FO on the same week. Okay. We have many prizes. We are very grateful for the prizes that have been donated, and I will get to that when I get to that part of my notes here. I'm reading this so I don't forget anything. As always, Franciscan Gypsy Designs FOs that could be related to tea and or tales. Any FOs in Lady Fernicle Creations yarn or my shawl, if you relate to tea and or tales, is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Joanna Johnson patterns, that's knit. Mom Cook, loom knit, although there is one knit. Crocheting Hoovian patterns, which are both. And feature patterns by Studio Von Design, Bonnie, as long as it's related to tea and or tales, can be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you use, and Cappy's, I keep forgetting, how can I forget Cappy?
Because it's a huge deal.
Cappy is a huge deal. She is our co-host, okay, and an amazing co-host at that. And we have a dedicated thread for the discounts that she has given us because it's so awesome. And we want it to be utilized only by our group because that's who she gave it to us. There's a percentage coupon for everything in her shop, and there's a very generous coupon code for her Tea and Tales shawl kit, the shawl she developed for this. And it has the yarn and the shawl. So you might want to check that out. And if you do her pattern or her yarn and tea and or tales, then it's 2 chances at a prize. If you do her pattern and her yarn, or her pattern and my yarn, or any patterns in her yarn or my yarn that's tea and tales related, it's 3 chances at a prize. So you got a lot of chances for prizes here. And Cappy, I apologize because
you're a horrible person.
I'm an awful podcaster.
You
okay?
are. I say that all the time.
At least I talk and I don't fall asleep.
I haven't fallen asleep in years. When was the last time I fell asleep during the podcast?
Not years ago.
Okay, well,
weeks maybe, couple months.
I haven't done it this year.
This is true, but I'm not even sure that's completely true.
Yes, it is.
I have to check. Anyway, it's not relevant.
Yes, it is.
Second quarter. The point is, I have never fallen asleep during a podcast. Okay, now second quarter.
I didn't have these.
Second quarter prizes: Plum Deluxe Purple Package and a pattern donated by Mom Cook, which is a loom knit pattern. Awesome. Okay. All right, and we showed you the new addition to the mega prize in here, and we have 2 mega prizes. One is ours, and one was donated by Cappy, and that's a shawl kit. So that's awesome.
Yay.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, autism awareness, and that's running through the end of this month. We started it in April. Yeah, so it's ending at the end of the month, and the special things for this one is it has to be brightly colored, about 3/4 brightly colored at the minimum, okay? If you have sparkles, that's always fun. Okay. And it can be blue. And Rena, you're right. I don't have it in the notes, but I did mention if the blues are bright, or grade 8s into brights enough, that's fine. Okay. Somebody asked about beads, and I haven't had a chance to respond. We would like these yarns to be sparkle yarn. Okay.
Not beaded.
Not beaded. That might be something for another along, maybe. But I appreciate the asking. I believe it was blue, so it does fit the autism awareness. And I appreciate you asking, and I apologize I have not had a chance to respond. I did see the tag, and I thank the people who asked me about it. I think there were 2 things that I was asked about, and I haven't had the chance because we've been running around like chickens. But yes, thank you for asking. Yes for autism, not for the sparkle. Okay? All right. And I will try to get on the boards and answer that. Let me see here. The tags for this are PHNAA 2019 on Ravelry and hashtag PHNAA 2019 on Instagram. Our co-host for this, for the autism awareness, Laura Concert, she's been doing this with us for 3 or 4 years now, and we always love having her. She always asks us, and we always look at her cross-eyed and say, "What do you think?" So she's pretty much a fixture for autism awareness. So she's our co-host, and Vanilla Sock Pig, who is Stephanie, who's a new co-host, and we love her, and we hope that she will do it again in the future with us because she's amazing and she's very sweet. Let me see. I'm not going through all this because you know all this.
And time.
Oh, we do have featured yarns and featured patterns. My yarn in bright colors. Talia's patterns. Laura's patterns. Mom Cook has 2 patterns. The Sunrise Cal, I think it is. And the Jack Be Nimble.
Is it sunrise or sunshine?
Yeah, one of them. It's in the notes.
I know it's not sunset.
No, that's something else. So, Mom Cooks 2 patterns. She has the Jack Be Nimble and the Sunrise or Sunshine Cal. I know that Beth told me what it was, and I can't remember.
Because Beth, she doesn't listen to you.
I don't. It's hard to hear with the din and the loom playpen.
We keep her busy too.
Yes, we do. We keep her busy. So that, and then the Miss World pattern, okay, which is the weighted lapgan and bear, and they're so cute. And we have wonderful, wonderful donators, and those patterns will be 2 chances at a prize. With my yarn, 3 chances at a prize. Let me see here. The donators for the prizes: Mom Cook, Spinning Laura, and we've made our own donations, and Miss World. So we've had some very, very generous donations, because I know Mom Cook donated 5 patterns.
Wow.
I mean, for 5 lucky winners, I think that's just amazing. We very, very, very generous people in our group. Can't do this without you.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. I did that. Okay, I got everything. Wow. All right.
Yay.
Sparkle like the star you are. Now this one, guys, I always have to read because I get confused and confuzzled, because we have a chance to win 4 chances to win at a prize for a single project if you do all the hoops.
Yes, if you play your cards right.
Yes. So this is all about the sparkles. And this, like my Stardust based or like my Comet based, it has to have sparkles in it. And it can be any kind of sparkle yarn, not just my yarn, okay? It can be acrylic. Somebody asked about that. No, whatever you get,
The sparkle.
if sparkles, okay? The
sparkle has to be built into the yarn.
into the yarn, right.
Like when you buy it, it has a sparkle there.
Yeah. And it can be the threaded sparkle, or it can be the,
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this began April 1st along with our autism awareness, because we wanted it to run concurrent. And it will end on the 30th of June. All right? Let's see. Now, please tag your projects with the following tag: PHN Sparkle 2019 on Ravelry and hashtag PHN Sparkle 2019 on Instagram. Just wanting to, most of the rules are the same. I just want to make sure that I get the four chance thing done. So let me see here. Featured yarns. Okay. Any Lady Fernicle Creation sparkle yarn. 2 chance at a prize for the FO. 3 chance at a prize for an FO using my Follow Your Star sparkle yarn. And if you use my yarn with one of Talia's patterns or my shawl, then you get 4 chances at a prize. But with only the Follow Your Star
Right.
yarn.
It has to be that specific.
It has to be
colorway.
that specific colorway because this is all about the sparkle, Follow Your Star type thing. Okay, and this is all in the group in case it's a little bit confusing. Yes. All right, and the rest of that is pretty much
that.
Self-explanatory. I don't want to belabor this. The coupon code for PHNers who are members of the PHN Ravelry group for 20% off is listed in the pre-orders thread, and will also be listed in both the AA Awareness and Sparkle Like the Star You Are thread. Okay, so the 15% one is done. It was finished in the middle of May. You have 2 more weeks for the 20% one. Okay? All right, and that's about it for that. How many projects do you have?
Fewer than you.
How many do you have?
I believe it's 6. You have 8. You go twice.
Okay, let me see where I start here.
Yep, I have 6.
All right. Despite the fact that time was a little bit cut up, I did manage to do a little bit on a few things. So
I actually had like this strange notion I would have more projects than you, and then you were like, haha, watch me.
well, what happens is I kind of cheat a little because I can't do a lot on any one project. So sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. And then, I don't know, usually I do it on Sunday. I do it on Sunday, so I thought you'd probably, have me beat out, but you didn't. So this is my Sherbet's baby hat, and I really haven't done much on this. I just did a little bit. I'm very talented because apparently I've got this all.
Oh, you're so talented.
I am. Oops.
It's a bunny.
He is. Okay.
Fuck, I spat in my face. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. This is Wanda. Wanda spat in my face.
Okay. Here is my baby hat. I did about maybe 2 rows on this, or 3. So I didn't get very far. It's been really weathery over here, so sometimes
It has.
when it's weathery, my arthritis medicine, it's working, but it doesn't work enough for me to get a lot done.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. I know that I'll be able to get it done later.
Mm-hmm.
So I am content that I can do some work.
Right. Whereas normally you might not have been able to get anything done.
Yeah. And I get kind of cranky. So
Yes. Yes, you do.
thankfully I have other things that I can do. The problem is, like my writing and stuff, if I can't knit, it's also hard for me to type sometimes.
Right.
Although it's easier to type than knit sometimes. So this is in my Kikiboo Holiday Owls bag, and I'm making progress on it. The next one is in my Stitched by Mimi's Teacups bag. My very special bag. My bag. I love this bag. It's such a neat size.
Mine is carries the lighting equipment for
And it's got-
the podcast.
It's got this kind of sateen. It's shiny. Shiny,
Well,
shiny.
she really did a good job of picking
She
our
did.
fabrics for us.
Because didn't she get one that was yellow for Davina?
I don't remember Davina's, but look at mine. Mine has a gold base, and it's like a red and gold. Oh,
She
it's
knew exactly.
beautiful.
She's another one that just, what do they like? Because she got Davina's and it was perfect. 2 people got us 3 bags, one for you and me, and I can't remember which one was which for Davina. But anyway, this is my bonfire shawl, and I did about 1 or 2 rows on this, and I'm really, really close. Where is it? See? Really close to starting my second ball of yarn.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. Yes, and that is a reference. Stay put.
It's not gonna.
Stay. Okay. So,
Why don't you stay? Just a
okay.
little bit
Sell tickets for the
longer.
concert. So you can see how pretty that is. I mean,
Want to
this
make sure
is-
you hit it the right way around. You did this time. I'm so
I know
proud of
I
you.
do. I made a purpose.
You made a purpose.
I made it purpose. I'm looking forward to having this because it's going to be nice and comfortable. It's not so heavy that it's going to be overwhelmingly hot, but it's heavy enough to take the chill off. And this is Miss Babs Yowza. The pattern is the Sock Knitter Shawl by K.F. Jones.
A Bakery Bears
A
fame.
Bakery Bears fame. And I love her patterns because I know I haven't finished anything really but the handbrake, but it's not because of her patterns. It's just because I'm so slow right now. I think that's the only one I finished of hers right now.
I finished a couple of shawls. Few shawls, I think.
I have several things on the needles.
I have the Dobbin one on the needles.
I had the Dobbinwood. I have another Bonfire.
Ooh, one of my socks I finished, it was a fingering weight sock, but I then adjusted the numbers.
Right.
But because it was the one that she made that was for the railway children, I want to say.
It looked like chimneys.
It looked like chimneys. It was perfect with the yarn I had. It was some Heidi's yarn.
Yeah.
I love that pair of
But
socks.
I have 3 or 4 patterns of hers on the needles. It's not that it's like Laura Smoot. I haven't finished anything, but I have several things on the needles. So I like the pattern. It's just my speed right now.
Right. Let me just do the next stitch so that my stitch marker doesn't fall off the needles. Because that would be very sad. Because it's a pretty stitch marker. Okay. So my first project, I need to mark off my row, is in my Star Knits R2 bag. We're going to ignore the imposter that's beside R2.
He's not an imposter. He is BB-8. He's
Yeah.
just not R2.
The replacer.
Stop that. It's not his fault.
That he's not very creatively written. R2 is personality. And what didn't feel faked.
Yeah. Well, they tried too hard.
They did, and R2 didn't feel like they tried too hard. R2 felt like R2. BB-8 felt like a copy R2. And a poor one at that.
They were trying to make him something. They should have just made him, if they were going to make another one, they should have just made another one. It could be small and all that. But I feel the same way about those little things that Chewie picked up.
Yes, I agree.
It's just,
It felt like they were trying too hard to
be
get it.
Ewoks or something.
Or be cute. I don't know. They just tried too hard and fell flat on many things. But anyway. That has nothing to do with this amazing hat, which is the Diane's hat by Joanna Johnson.
She's another one that I've got several things on the needles, but I've yet to finish.
I have finished so many of her Diane. I think I'm definitely in double digits for this hat now.
I know you are.
So this is for Davina. The yarn is Lemonade Shop, and it's something about rainbows. Hold on, Rainbow Dream. I couldn't remember because the hat I worked prior to this, the colorway was Rainbow's End, and I keep wanting to say this is Rainbow's End, but it's not.
I think Rainbow's End is a movie or a book or something.
I'm sure somewhere some.
No, but I think I actually remember it being. I just can't remember which one.
And look, this is
Isn't that
lavender,
pretty?
which is one of Davina's colors with this rainbow on it. And I don't feel like the color's showing up very well on screen.
And you might hear some noise. I think people are moving around.
Davina's having her snack.
Yeah. She just finished her snack.
So this got some work on it, just a little bit here and there. I got most of its work during my eye appointment while I was waiting to be seen. So, next podcast I will have new glasses.
Yeah. And I have one of my new glasses here. Laura saw both of them on the VKN. She said, I'm rubbing off on you. Because the one I'm not showing is on my desk over there. It's my computer glasses, and they're fuchsia. But these are...
Oh, the ladies are still tickled pink that they got you to get the fuchsia ones.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm glad I could amuse them.
But yes, that's all for me right now.
Okay. My next one is something you haven't seen in a while. In my Silver Shed TARDIS bag. And this is my Trust Me shawl. And this is another Sock Knitter shawl by K.F. Jones. Stop it.
Just in me.
I told you I had more than one of Kay's Sock
It
Knitter
looks
shawls.
so camo-y.
No, it doesn't. It's prettier than camo.
But it makes me think of camo.
It makes me think of the woods.
Camo wood? Well, camo's supposed to make you think of woods.
No. No.
Because that's exactly what camo's supposed to
Absolutely
do.
I think...
Because that's why it's the way it is. Are you having issues? Do you require...
I'm just trying to figure out why it doesn't seem to have any...
Let me think.
Did I pull out the wrong pattern?
Yeah, Mom, this is not Kay's pattern. This is looks like a Miss Babs.
It is Miss Babs. Miss Babs Yowza, what escaped?
Yeah, Miss Babs Yowza doesn't have any defined. It's just... Yeah, this is Miss Babs. This is fine.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I put the wrong shawl in the wrong bag. This is the Perfect Retreat shawl. And this was gifted to me by Valeria a couple years ago, and I started it. Because I looked at it, that doesn't look like Kay's pattern.
Well, it's definitely not Kay's pattern.
So what I've actually done here is the Perfect Retreat shawl by Susan B. Anderson. And this was given to me by Valeria. And this is Miss Babs, Maryland Sheep and Wool 2016, and the Black Watch colorway. So that's what I've done here.
That makes more sense. That looks like a Black Watch.
I've got, yeah, I have the right bag here, but I don't have the right bag for,
I
had the wrong bag for Kay's.
Yeah.
I had the wrong bag for Kay's other one. So this is actually Valeria's, the shawl she gave me. And this is a wonderful pattern as well. It's a nice, easy knit. And it's going to have a very dark green added to it. This one here. So you can see.
That'd be nice.
So I do have one in the Trust Me shawl in the is another green shawl, and it's by K.F. Jones, and I think it's actually in my Star Wars bag, which is kind of appropriate.
Yes,
I'll have to change that out because I looked at it like that doesn't look like Kay's shawl. I was trying to find the ridges,
Right.
and there were no ridges. I'm like, this is not Kay's shawl. This is Susan B. Anderson, which is also. I like Susan B. Anderson. I like Susan B. Anderson. I like Susan Ashcroft. Both of them. They're very good.
It kind of looks like one of Susan B. Anderson's.
Yeah. So, Perfect Retreat shawl. I need to finish some of these.
You really do.
Okay.
You're just proving that you are more of a process versus a product.
Well, I've had to become that way. You know, when you can't work on anything for any sustainable amount of time, you kind of become more of a process knitter.
I kind of developed that just because I realized that I really like working on certain things, and it's like, yes, I like having when I'm done, but it's not always the important part to me.
Right. See, I like having it when it's done, but like you said, I like working on it. I don't always want to give it up when I'm done, though, either.
Right.
So, I'm kind of a mixture.
But it's not like I hear some people like, man, I really want to have this thing. I'll hear Kay in particular be like, man, I really want to have this thing. And then that's what motivates her if something's not fun to knit. Whereas for me, if it's not fun to knit, if I really don't enjoy it, I'm more likely to yank it out.
I am too. But I do have certain things that I really want. I'm not as much as Kay is. If I really don't like it, I won't finish it. I'll tear it up, but it takes me a lot longer. So I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I do.
Well, you've seen me yank out almost full sweaters.
Allison hasn't recovered yet.
Yes.
We love Allison. Allison, are you still in the States? I don't know. She was coming in June. I hope she got her yarn.
Look at the color of my feet. Wash your feet. Very funny. Okay, so
We're looking at her feet because she has pooling, and we're looking at the.
and my feet will actually turn like this dusky purplish color if I dangle too long. So it's just like, oh
Why
yeah.
don't you put them up?
It's okay. It's not bothering me, but you can see the definite difference. That's definitely more purple than this one, which I've been moving around more.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that was not something you really cared to know.
TMI.
But this is the Silver Shade USA Oops is a Bunny bag.
Get my hydration.
Artwork by Davina. Given to me this is my birthday, I believe.
Yeah.
And I had yanked out the it was a dewlap mitts because I got frustrated and didn't feel like figuring out why my count just wouldn't match the number of stitches that she said I should have, because I had the right number of stitches, but the chart didn't match the number of stitches. And after trying multiple times and ripping back multiple times, I was like, you know what? Don't need it that much. So I ripped that out. And I love Anne Kingstone. I finished a hat and cowl, and I wanted the full set, but I didn't.
Well, maybe you come back to it later.
Maybe, but it all depends if I feel like putting that much effort into it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with a hat and cowl if that's the case. But I told you last week I would cast on the Bombini. Not a Bombini. Bombini is something else. Tom Bombadil. It's called the Bombadil hat.
The Bombini is something, a case, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I
He has a cow
I've
or
been
something.
I've been binge watching. Like I'll watch, like even if it's just 10-minute segments at night. When I come home from work, I'll watch the Bakery Bears. So that's probably why I'm thinking the Bombinis. I've been catching up on Bakery Bears.
I need to catch up on Bakery Bears, too.
So Mom dyed this yarn for the Bombadil hat.
All in the family there. Davina's bag and my yarn.
Yep. I'm not very far along. My ribbing has to be like 1.5 inches, so
It's almost there.
I'm about 1 inch, maybe a little
Pretty.
more.
Well, it's a little blowing out the camera a bit.
Oh, it's a very blight. It's a
Blight?
very
Blight? It
It's a,
doesn't kill things.
it's a bright blue. Then this green is. Hang on, I just want to wind this a little better. It's all becoming yarn barf. This really pretty green. Because I knew exactly what I wanted. I forget why Mom had 3 yarns of similar colors similar to these colors nearby. I was like, I need that for this hat. So she had to dye up special. Because I just knew I had to have it. And I knew I had to have this color in there. Because I think the original one is like a blue, a darker blue, and maybe a yellow.
Something like that, yeah.
I was like, heck, no. This is what this needs to be. So it's going to be very bright. Davina made little noises about wanting it, but Mom has already had, like, it was already in mind this was going to be made for Mom. So, if there's anything remotely in her colors, Davina tries to whimper whine her way into getting it.
And she does wear them.
Yeah, she does wear them. That is completely to her credit. Which is why I don't usually mind giving her stuff. I'm going to have to start holding back some color work hats because if we are going to be doing the table
Right.
for the church bazaar, I need to have...
And I don't have anything for the now.
No, you
And
don't.
we will explain about that later. Okay. Yeah, I haven't switched this back yet to my Valeria bag. So in my Turbo Knitter 64 Mickey Mouse bag that I don't know if I believe I won it because I won 2 bags from him. Kenneth, I hope you're feeling better. You know
Yes.
that we are praying for you. Please keep Kenneth in your prayers. Okay. I've got this much to go.
And for people who don't know Kenneth, he used to be the
Turbo Knitter.
Turbo Knitter podcast.
Yes. I think he finally had to let all his podcasts and his floss tube go because he's had some
I
health
forgot
issues.
he was doing floss too.
Yeah. But he's really sweet and he's very talented.
Yes, he is.
And he's having some health issues, so please pray for him. So this is where I am with this. I did order one more bulk yarn, just in case. I'm not sure if what I have left will see me through the last section I'm on. So hopefully that'll come in pretty soon, maybe today.
Oh, look at that, Mom.
So with design element and all, it looks really pretty. I'm really happy. This is by Laura Linneman, and it's just a really nice shawl. It's relaxing to make.
I did remember it being a very fun knit, even though
Yes.
it's not a shape I prefer for
Yeah.
wearing, which is why you have my blue one. I loved knitting it. It was very cathartic.
Cathartic?
Is that what I meant?
Cathartic.
That.
Cathartic, I think it is.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, we'll look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's cathartic.
So
Maybe it's
this
cathartic. Let's see.
this is something I would make if I had time. I would make for the table because
I'm right.
see,
Cathartic. Providing psychological relief through open expression of strong emotions causing catharsis.
huh?
I am right. Yes.
Is there a word cathartic though?
Nope, it's cathartic.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's very cool.
I am so awesome.
It's also the worst possible winner ever. Not to your credit. Anyway,
I mean, thank you, Mom.
I did not teach you to be that way.
But Dad did.
You are lacking in humility.
But Dad did.
Oh, I'm going to tell him you said that.
Look, all I can think of is him and Davina dancing every time they would win, even like remotely in card games.
Because, of course, you couldn't learn from me. Nobody apparently can learn from me. Okay, go on. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah, it is. Let's see. Which one next? I guess. How many do you have left?
4.
How do you have 4? I have 2.
What? I think I have 4.
Because you should have had 8 projects.
1, 2, 3, 6. I had 7 projects.
Let's see. 1, 2.
Oh, here, I have this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Did I have fewer than I realized?
6, 7.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one am I missing?
I have 7 projects.
Oh, let me see which one I'm missing. Oh, I forgot to pull over one of my bags. Okay, hang on, let me grab that bag.
4.
That's why I'm missing a bag. Sorry, excuse me, guys. I thought I grabbed all of them, and I forgot the one I actually worked on the most. Pink. See, it actually pinked up a little bit from the movement. Okay. So, in my, well, this is what just holds mostly the yarn, not the work, actual project. This is my, knitting my bag, autism awareness bag. But within,
Another bag.
yes, well, this is because I have so much yarn for this project.
It's another bag.
My Silver Shed USA Christmas bag, and for Christmas stockings only. The pattern is Ho Ho Ho. The project is Ho 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 for me. And it's by General Hog Buffer. I remember it this time. So this got some work on it. Let me see. Yeah, I think you can see here. Hold on. The little deer are forming.
Hey.
So there's his head.
Very nice.
And you can see the same thing on this side.
That's going to be really pretty.
So it is forming, which is exciting. Because this is one that I was like, man, I would love this. It sort of looks medieval to me. So this one's definitely mine. The colors I chose were rather masculine. But whatever. It's what I happen to have on stash.
Yeah, you have to have. I have to dye up yarn for Davina's.
Yeah. Well, Davina's will actually have sparkle in it, but it'll still be classy, which is
Which
crazy.
it makes it easier for her to deal with the fact that she can't have the outlandish what she wanted.
Right. I forgot to put this back where it belonged. So yes, that is my ho 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 for me. Let me
Okay.
put this notebook back where it belongs.
Let's see here. Where's? Okay, in my Mama C words bag. This is another one who thinks about what you need. She knew I was a writer. Words, and we also talk a lot. So this is my Terra, the sea turtle pattern from, Lady Caprice from the Terra, the sea turtle pattern by Talia. And
Did you almost rename my pattern?
I don't think so.
Did you almost call it the Lady Caprice pattern?
This.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'm having issues today.
I think my yarn's tangled. That is the Lady Caprice.
This is Lady Fernico colorway. This is not Marigold Jen.
Marigold. Why is it marked as Marigold Jen? You just wrote it wrong in your notes.
No, I haven't changed it.
Well, did you mark 2 of them as Lady Caprice?
No.
Like, did you accidentally call the other one Lady Caprice? Well, just go off what you know.
All right. Well, this
This is
is
what you've been doing.
Cappy's yarn, Lady Fernico Creations, Lady Fernico, and this is Villainous. And this is Tangerine Speedo. I think what it is.
Tangerine Speedo is Marigold
Oh yeah.
Jen.
Okay. The yarn and I DK Marigold Jen worsted. Okay, that's right. All right.
And Dragonfly Fibers.
Okay. So this is.
And the Dragonfly Fibers is not worsted. because they didn't have a worsted when I made my sweater.
Yeah.
The worsted is fairly new.
Well, I
This
have a question mark on that.
yeah,
because
there's like a sport or
it's probably DK.
yeah.
Okay, so this is the Yarn Eye DK Miracle Gen. Probably a
Because their worsted for Dragonfly Fibers is very new.
Miracle Gen, and this is Dragonfly Fibers DK. And I haven't got to the orange yet. That's going to be
That's gonna be fun.
when I get to the head and stuff like that. And Cappy dyed this yarn up especially for me, and it was very sweet of her, and I really like it. I have another 2 skeins of DK in the shawl kit that she gave me, so that's waiting to be done. She knows that I couldn't cast it on right away because I'm having issues and I have things to finish, so I will do that eventually because I want to. I have to make sure that my hands can handle knitting with 2 yarns at the same time. So that's why it's sitting there still. And that has, I think it's the Lurex base in there for the sparkle. I'm not sure. I have to look. Okay.
I guess it's me now. And I forgot to show this one. So I feel like initially I thought the color wasn't going to come out right, but I actually think it's going to be gorgeous. This is the Off With Their Heads by Faye Kennington. I had originally made this with yellow as the bottom and then having the pink against the blue background. I flipped it for this hat with blue on the bottom and yellow as the background for the pink. It is working so much better.
It's really pretty.
I mean, you can see the pattern. It's not subtle at all.
I mean, it's subtler because the colors are subtle.
Right, but it's not this, like, what's on there? Like,
Yeah.
you can actually see the pattern.
Very nice.
So, I was concerned when I started, but I went with my gut, and I went with what my black and white photos told me should work. And it's working.
Very good.
So, I'm very happy with this.
Okay.
And this will probably go on a table.
It's really pretty. If Davina doesn't snag it.
I might not give her that choice. Because she already has the other one. She doesn't get to have both of them. I need to start saving
How
some.
many do you have?
2.
You have 2 left? Okay.
How many do you have?
3. Okay, so in my Plover Bird Mickey Mouse bag is my Colorful Birds wrap from the Show Off Boomerang pattern by April Klitsch. And you can see I've done some work on this. This actually got a little bit bigger. And I have this really cute stitch marker from Maureen, who is Victorian Studio. Can you see that? Little bear?
Yes, they can. He's turning around a little bit and your finger's on his head.
There we go.
There we go.
So he's really cute. She has some wonderful stitch markers over there, so you might want to check her out when you get the chance. She has a wonderful podcast as well. So this is just a very simple boomerang shape, and I'm using yarn that Taya gave me. It's Test Designer Yarn Superwash Merino Worsted. It's like 600 yards, and I want to use as much as I can of it. Ty gave it to me for Mother's Day more than a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago now.
It's been that long?
I think so, because we've been to 2 Marylands. Well, we missed a Maryland, and we went to a Maryland, and then you got the one before.
Okay. I guess you're right.
So that's it. I have there's a huge amount in here. I mean, it takes up the whole bottom of this thing. So I couldn't completely wind it up on my ball winder. I had to wind it up partially and then ball it up. And that might go on the table, actually.
Okay, so in my
Soft.
yes, in my soft Knitter's Magic brown bag with kitties playing on the inside. Well,
kitties.
once I bound off and finished, blocked everything, my Linda Moss Language Wardrobe hat, I realized I needed to finally cast on the Yorkshire hat, which is what had first got me interested in Linda Moss. And I've been telling myself for a long time I need to cast on this hat.
I need to check and see that beginner-friendly one.
It's not yet. I just checked.
Okay.
So,
Little baby sheep.
most of the color right now is the green blue, which is Mom's Blue Lagoon. It's actually a
Magic Lagoon.
Magic Lagoon. Sorry, it's actually a long sport, but the long sport is basically a fingering, and you can't tell right now because I'm not very far along. But I'm into the sheep right now. They're little fingering weight sheep.
Very cute.
But I love this blue-green. It's worked up lovely.
I'm glad you like it. It's pretty.
And I actually went ahead and cast on with gray on the bottom. And I actually really do like the way it turned out. I kind of wish I had done a similar thing because she had me cast on with a different color. She told me to cast on with a different color on the bottom of the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, and I cast on with the same color. I kind of wish I had done a different one because this is going to look so nice.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I'll just do it from now on with their patterns when she tells me to.
Listen.
But this is going to be a very fun knit.
It's going to be pretty.
I think so. And
You
it'll be
didn't show the
lightweight.
other colors.
Well, there's a ton of colors
Oh,
in
okay.
here.
Yeah.
There's 7 colors.
Yeah,
So you guys will see them as they come up. Because as it is, I'm having trouble getting my project untangled from the black and the white.
And she's using actual white for this.
Yes, I am. Bare Necessities.
Okay. All right, my next one I haven't worked in a while. It's in my Silver Shade USA Tortoise vs. Hare 2017 bag. And you can see the inside. That's how I know it's the 2017 bag. And this is my Bobbing Along baby blanket. So I did a little bit of work on this. So I'm going to try and wash this. This is probably going to go on the table. Maybe. I want to wash it a couple times, see if I can soften it up a little bit. I think I've gotten spoiled with the superwash yarns. So, I mean, this is a perfectly good yarn. It's just a little...
Rough.
I don't know if it's rough. It just...
Isn't super soft.
Yeah. So, I'm liking the way this works out. This is a... it's a blueberry colorway, and it's Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel. And usually Yarn Bee is fairly soft. This is how much I have of this skein. I'm going to be switching to another one soon. And I have it. It's already, caked up in a sugar wheel, so I don't have to do anything to it. I can just stick it in the bag. But I like the way it works up. Something like this, I think, would work up well with my shawl and everything. But it's just a tad... It's not the softest. It's not really rough. It's not like some of the old Red Heart or anything like that. But I'd like it to be just a little softer, so I'm going to try washing it a couple of times when it's done before I give it to the baby who gets it. Whether it's the pregnancy center or the table or whatever. How the pregnancy center benefits doesn't matter.
Right, exactly.
Or Evan's house or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So that brings me down to my last project, which I actually worked a fair amount on. And actually, this is the tattoo, that beautiful sweater I showed you guys last week that I want to knit. It's the fault of that pattern that got me knitting on this one again.
Oh, yeah.
So this pattern is very creatively called, hold on.
Is it a number or something?
It is a number. It's a number and a couple letters. LG85 Fills. It's, yeah, kind of
It's a
sad.
gorgeous pattern.
So I'm going to show you guys the pattern.
But she's a lot of beautiful contrast in that.
Yes, she does.
Isn't that pretty?
So, I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the camera, but I am currently the only project for this pattern on Ravelry.
Which is a shame.
Which is a shame. Well, I think the sticking scares people
That
because
would
it's
terrify me.
knitting around.
Show Stephanie again. Show it to Stephanie again.
Yeah.
Vanilla Sock Pig.
And you knit in the round and then you steek it. So this will be my first time.
Stephanie,
steeking.
look at this.
There we go. And I found when I was clearing out my room a little bit, the Stitch Sew Quicks by Singer. So I think I'll use that to help with the steeking. So that'll be good.
It looks almost like a stapler.
It does almost look like a stapler. Because I think you do hand stitch as well, but I have this, so why not?
See, something like that would be good for me with my hands with a small needle.
Yeah. So that's what it looks like. I have finished the first chart. So that's the bottom part that you saw with the yellow. So I'm about to head into the other color on the other charts. So I've got this cranberry color with this golden yellow. So there's, you can see the, it's gonna curl, but let's flip these up. That section there is where it's gonna be steeked. So,
All right. Where they have the little markings.
yes,
That's helpful.
but there's the pattern at the bottom.
Pretty.
I use like this cranberry, reddish, purplish color, more of a reddish cranberry color, for the main part in the background. And this is my contrast, where she has like this dark purple with a lighter purple against it, and then the gold on the bottom. This is where mine differs. It's got reds and golds. So
No surprise there.
very much my colors. And for the longest time, I was down here at the beginning of the yellow, but I've worked a lot on this week. I would say basically every time people turn around, I was working on this. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. Next time, I should hopefully have this one put in. And this is just nitpicks. It's wool of the Andes. It's worsted weight. 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So it's not superwash. Which means I could probably spit splice, but I don't know how to do that. Even though I know Kay and Dan have a tutorial on that, I'm kind of afraid of it.
I have to go look at her Mitre Square tutorial. I have it. I put everything in a folder for them marked, but I want to be able to go to this one right away, so it's still in my inbox.
So I'll have to take a look at spit splicing. I'm a little afraid it's going to come apart. And then I'm going to be stuck with ends I can't weave in.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, Dan obviously does it without any issue. Look at, there's a little bit of variation in there.
Yeah, I don't like colors that are just plain flat. I like.
I mean, this one's
variation.
pretty flat.
Yeah.
But the background's got a little variation. I think my yellow's pretty flat. But this background one has got like a little blacky.
That's good. It's like black cherry.
Yes, that's what it is. It's like black cherry. So, yes, I mean, this will be a long-term project, simply because...
What was they used to call those things? Tilly Trout used to call
Yeah,
it.
she had a term for it.
I don't remember what she called it. Okay. All right, my last project.
Long-term, ongoing... Plop!
Yep. Project
Long-term, ongoing project.
Because project had to be twice.
Yes.
Okay, so this is my Silver Shed USA 2X bag, and this was our first bag that she did up special for us. And this is my Life Changes shawl. This is by Laura Concert, and it's called the Secret Garden Shawl. And I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but I did work on it. Because it's fingering weight yarn, so I don't get very far at any speed. But you can see that I did make some progress. This is pretty color. And I showed the colors last time. There's this color, there's green, and then there's a dusty rose kind of color. So that's what made me think of English Garden.
Combination very similar to my Bombadil hat, except different shades.
So this is very exciting to be working with. I'm enjoying it.
As you should.
It will take a while. Laura, I will not finish it by the time your thing is over. Maybe next year at this time. But I am enjoying it immensely. And the reason I'm going so slow is not because Laura's pattern is difficult or that it requires too much concentration. It's just I'm working with fingering weight yarn. Even though the needles are not overly small, which is helpful. Okay, that's that. Whoops. It's funny. I think that concludes the whip section of this podcast.
I think it does too. Do you have any FOs?
No.
I do. Hold on. Let me just...
I thought I was going to, and then things just went kind of all over the place.
Yes, they did. Let me just... I don't want to lose my bunny stitch marker. because someone thoughtfully gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually made.
That's beautiful.
I feel like that might be one of the ones that Victorian Studio did.
It might be.
Because it kind of looks like she made something she would make. But I left it in its bag, which was the Fun in the Woman Cave bag for when I released the Fun pattern. Because he initially was only part of a kit. I can't remember how long I kept him exclusive. Because I kept him exclusive for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, you couldn't pick him up without the kit.
Yeah, the yarn in the bag. And
Yeah. Maybe I waited until orders were done.
I think that was it, when orders were done.
Yeah.
After everybody got their order, I think maybe a couple weeks or something
Yeah.
like that. And then
But I finished the Cathedral Grove.
it's very pretty.
And I had just fixed my hair again, so I'm not going to put it on my head. But I have loved the contrast.
It's very good contrast. Now you can definitely see the pattern.
Yes, you can.
Very pretty.
This one will be going on the table. So I enjoyed doing that. And this was shepherd's wool.
Yeah, you have to put a tag on that telling them how to wash it.
Yeah. That's right, because it's not superwash. So yes, that is that. It's very awesome. It's one of those things like I think I maybe would have to pin something to it that wouldn't stay on there permanently because this is made to fold up, so I don't really have a place to tie it or to sew it.
Oh, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying, put it on a tag.
Yeah. Because this is how I would wear it, is with that folded up. So yes.
Very nice.
Another fake Kennington done.
It almost sounded like you said fake.
No, fake Kennington. So this will be. I need to make a page for like a tab for her too, because I think this is the fourth one of hers. Third pattern, fourth hat, because I did the 2 medicine one. That was the first color work. The only color work one I actually. No, I owned a couple of ones, but that's the first one I finished. Then I had the Off With Their Heads that Davina has. The Off With Their Heads I have currently on the needles on this one. So that's all I have for FOs. I was so close, and I was just like, I gotta finish this.
I know how you feel. I've got 2 shawls that are this close, and I'm like, well,
you this close on a hat, it's a lot closer than this close on a shawl.
yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, my white one should be. Yeah, I could have finished that this week if I had enough time, enough wherewithal to do it. Okay, so where are we at now?
Stash enhancements.
Okay, we showed you the stash enhancements from Rena, which was very, very generous. I do not have any other.
Unless you count water bottles,
Yeah.
which I don't.
My glasses. I mean, these are. I don't have the hot pink ones, but these are my other glasses, so you can see.
They're not gonna really show up much with
They
our
don't show
glasses.
So, but basically, I don't think I got anything. Oh, I had tea. My Plum Deluxe tea. I showed that last week, didn't I? All the Earl Grey.
I don't think you had it last week.
I could have sworn I showed it last week. Well, if I didn't, I had Earl Grey. They had a sale. I think it's still going on for the month of June on Earl Grey tea. So you might want to check that out. Yes, I did say, because you have to buy. 1 is regular price, 2 is a lower price, 3 is a lower
maybe you
price.
did.
So yeah, that's why I don't have it out here. Okay, that's about it.
Before we go into shop news, what you reading?
Oh, I'm still reading Star Wars. I'm reading which one is it? Visions of the Past.
Yeah,
by
Visions of
Timothy
the
Zahn.
Past is first.
By Timothy Zahn, and I'm reading The Power of Silence by Cardinal Sarah because Father wants me to finish that, and it's a good book. It's just I have to pay attention to what I'm reading when I do that. And I've been prompting for the percolator, CH percolator, so that's good.
My book is on my Kindle, so I'm trying to pull it up on here just so I can show the cover. Also because I forget the title.
You still reading the Narnia series?
No, I switched over. I am currently reading Never Bet Against Occam, Mast Cell Activation Disease and the Modern Epidemics of Chronic Illness and Medical Complexity by Lawrence B. Afrin. because one of the things I got diagnosed with was MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome or disease. So this is actually reading this book helped me pick out a symptom that I didn't realize was a symptom. So no more cinnamon applesauce for me because it made my mouth burn.
Because of the cinnamon, not the applesauce.
Yes, because I can handle normal applesauce just fine. So I think it's the amount of cinnamon in cinnamon applesauce. And I just didn't realize it wasn't normal to get this burning sensation every time I had my medicine in cinnamon applesauce. And they started me on a mast cell stabilizer for that. But yeah, it's a good book, and it's providing knowledge that I don't currently have on my own, because I feel like I understand the other conditions fairly well, but I don't have a very good grasp on the mast cell activation syndrome. So yes.
Okay, so where are we moving to now?
Shop news.
Okay, shop news. I'm not sure if you all have been to my shop lately. It's kind of empty. Okay, I have about 11 skeins of yarn in there right now because our local yarn shop, who is it's Knitter's Magic, that's Laura, that I was talking about more recently. Gracie's
mom.
Let me go back here and check here.
I don't remember the number.
I don't
Gracie's
have.
mom.
Yeah, I don't have. I think it's 62 or something like that. I don't have her card with me right now. Didn't plan well. I planned poorly. Let me go back here and see.
You have chosen
Poorly. Gracie's Mom 62.
Good job.
Okay, Gracie's Mom 62. She is the proprietor of our local yarn shop in Winchester, Virginia, and she. I'm excited because she asked me if I would like to have my yarn in her shop, and I was very excited about that. So I went down to talk to her. It's a good thing I pulled as much yarn as I did because I didn't realize she was going to buy it right away. So she bought everything I brought with me, so it's all there, and apparently she's made sales already, which is exciting. So I have been picked up by my local yarn shop, and I'm very excited to be working with Laura. She's a wonderful person. Mm-hmm. If you are in the Virginia area and you want to check her out, please do. It's a really cute little shop, and she's very nice, and she's very knowledgeable. And they do have a website if you're concerned about the hours. And they have classes, and
they're right by Old Town Winchester, so it's a really nice location.
The Children's Science Museum is right across the street. The Walk Plots is right in front, or actually to the side.
Yeah, so like they have this paved walk plot area with a bunch of stores. There's an English restaurant there.
And they said they have a German now, and they have an English, a German, a Thai, an Italian. So if you come with your family or whatever, if you're on vacation in that area, if they don't want to stay while you're at the yarn shop, there's plenty of them for them to do.
Yes.
So walking around, they like going into different shops and going to the children's museum and all that. So
I've heard good things about that children's museum.
So have I. But in any event, all my yarn.
Someone was telling me like they had something where you could watch the bee, like they had a bee viewing thing where it went to the outside, the tube went to the outside, and the bees could come in and out. Mm-hmm. But it was a really good seal, so they could come and see the bees do their thing. And I guess it was like a bee nesting area.
Right. Well, it sounds like it'd be interesting. My physical therapist used to take her daughter there, and I'm sure she still does. But her young daughter there, she really liked it. But as I was saying, she's picked up all my yarn except I have 10 or 11 skeins, and I'm going to get ready to put in the Midnight Skies that I was going to put on Instagram. I don't want people looking at my shop while it's this empty, so I'm going to...
She doesn't mind you guys looking.
No, you guys can look, because you already know what I can do. But I will not... it will not affect my yarn shop on Etsy, okay? I will be exclusive to her, LYS, but also my Etsy shop and the occasional, prizes for fiber festivals and things like that, helping out with fiber festivals in the area. But mostly it's exclusive to her shop and my shop. So what I'll be doing is when I dye up yarn for the shop, I'll dye up extras for her. And so you can still find me on Etsy. And if you're in the area and you want to stop by, please do stop by her shop. She's got really nice stuff in there, and she's very sweet to talk to. And that's Knitter's Magic in Winchester. Okay? So yeah, I'm just really excited about that, and I will be putting up more yarn as soon as I get it dyed up.
Right now, we're kind of in an awkward place for space for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I will.
Because my room is spread all throughout the house since we haven't yet gotten my ceiling fixed.
Yeah.
Um,
So the Midnight Sky is going in. It's on the Comet base. And I will do another Instagram giveaway maybe sometime in the future to celebrate, getting into the local yarn shop. I was unsure about how to do the Instagram one anyway, so this is no skin off my nose to do this. I am really excited about it, and I thank her profusely for the opportunity. I also want to thank everybody here in our group who has been so encouraging to me and so supportive. Heidi, Undead Heidi, you were instrumental. Thank you. Cappy, thank you. Of course, Talia. There are several people that, the people who buy my yarn so much. I don't know who you all are. I don't want to name you all because I'll forget somebody. So I want to thank you all for your support and your help, and I want to share that because I'm really excited about it. Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
All right. I have to go back to the end of my my show notes. There it is. I think I need a new Kindle here.
Well, now it's not going to work at all because you hurt his feelings.
I know, I hurt his feelings. Okay. Okay, now I didn't have the chance to answer everybody in the Ravelry thread. I think I still have to answer Beth and Vani, maybe. Vani, did you get a hold of those people, or do you need me to call? I think I lost my tag. So, if you didn't,
After you found it, you lost it
I
again?
think so. My desk is a disaster. So if you need me to call, if you didn't get a chance to call, let me know and I'll see what I can do. You might be waiting a while, but she knows what I'm talking about. Thank you for letting me know that you got your prize. We thank everybody who commented on Ravelry. We thank everybody who commented on YouTube. Crafty Sylvie, Pat, Kathy, Packing Knits Designs, Rena, Sue, Valeria, and LNS Crafts. We appreciate your comments, and we are thankful for them. If you commented after we got started for the podcast, I apologize for missing you. We do appreciate your comments as well.
Yes, we do.
For those of you who are in Winchester or the area, Knitter's Magic is 212 South Loudon Street in Winchester.
Is it Loudon or Loudon?
I
I would have said Loudon.
Well,
like the place.
LOU is Lou, but it could be Loudon too.
But that's how the place Loudon is spelled.
What place?
Loudon's like a town.
Have you heard it pronounced? Because
Yeah, I've heard people pronounce it all the
well,
time.
I think if you look at that, it's one of those words. I was talking to somebody, and she's like, "Well, it could be pronounced this, or it could be pronounced that."
I'm pretty sure it's Loudon.
It might be, but it's spelled.
It's a county. Loudon County.
Loudon County. It's spelled Loudon, but it is Loudon.
Yeah.
Loudon Street. So if you're interested in Knitter's Magic, if you go down there and you did it because of the podcast, tell her we sent you. Okay. All right. Is that it?
I do believe so.
Are we trying again for Saturday?
We are.
Okay. So
What I'm hoping for, and we'll see if something happens, probably not. I'd love to go to a conference, but if I end up going to that, I'll let you guys know more about it. Chances don't look good, but I'd love to go to it.
okay. Yeah, it's the logistics involved.
Yes.
Because everybody has to kind of figure out how we're going to work it. So, I don't know why it's doing this. All right, so we're hoping to podcast next week. That is the 22nd of June, right? Yes, it is June. The 22nd of June. So, in the meantime, we will wish you all a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you again for the Fun of the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen Hook Needles Podcast, episode 359, and that's a wrap. Whoops. 359. There we go.
Bye.
Bye.